Hey guys, King Rich Sun 950 here, coming at you today with a King's Decree of the ban list, my thoughts, my opinions, what's going to be good, what's going to be bad, etc., etc. Alrighty, so let's just jump right into it. Burner, Lightning, Reactant, and Stream, the baby dragons, they are banned. I can understand that. They were originally in the OCG, released in the Jump Fiesta or the V Jump. Normally anything out of there is really silly and just shenanigans full of. So I can understand why those plus the big dragons combined with the deck is just insane. So I can understand why they definitely hit that. Elemental Hero Stratos. Now, I don't understand why they hit this, honestly, because compared to all the search power, like I would thought Stratos would kind of be the most balanced one out of them all, because you can't really stop those unless you have like a Droll and Lockbird. So yeah, plus I mean Stratos is a target you can hit with Valor, Fiendish Chain, Breakthrough Skill, where like if you go E-Call, like I can't do crap against that unless I draw a Lockbird. So yeah. Yeah, alright. On to the next one. Number 16, Shockmaster. Ouchie. I can understand that one. I mean, it is a little hard to get out, but if you have a deck that utilizes level 4s and can get into a Shockmaster, you could turn the game around or be in complete control and just not let your opponent play the game, which is something that Konami needs to work on, not making broke shit like that. But that's what they're doing with this ban list, pretty much, since we were complaining about it so much, like I just did like 2.5 seconds ago. So yeah. Card destruction, I'm guessing primarily because of dragons. So, I mean, if you watched Worlds, you know, card destruction into Blaster, yeah, silly card. Plus, Dark Worlds really utilized it. It was an auto-win card with them, as long as they set it up right. So, I can definitely understand that. Gateway of the Six just doesn't let your opponent play. It lets you, who has Gateway, just go ham as hell. There's also an FTK with Cowboy or Boros in this Gateway of the Six, so I can definitely understand why they would hit that just to stop the FTK. No one talked about it, but it was out in the Yu-Gi-Oh world somewhere. Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Pot Avarice. Game-changing cards with little to no drawback. Heavy Storms just destroy all spells and traps on the board. If your opponent has 5 back row and no Starlight Road or Solemn Judgment or Huge Rev, they just went neg 4. So, is that Monster Reborn? The fact that it can target not just stuff in your grave, but your opponent's grave, just makes it completely silly, and with no drawback whatsoever. Pot of Avarice, pretty much you get this in late game, you can just turn the entire game around. I know I've done it with X Sabers so many times, it was just ridiculous. Next card is Spellbook of Judgment. How it got even made, I will never know. That card lets that deck go extremely plus. Like, ridiculously plus. Super Rejuvenation. That's, again, for dragons, just to get it out of here. There's also some Blue Eyes decks that could utilize it with Exodia. Maybe they banning it because of the Blue Eyes deck coming out here. Not sure. Solemn Judgment. Again, it's a card that just doesn't let your opponent really do anything unless you have your own Solemn Judgment. So, Ultimate Offering, another card that doesn't let you really interact unless you have an MST. So, it works. It's also a 1-card winning condition with gadgets, so I can definitely understand why they hit that. Atlantean Dragoons, Deep Sea Diva, limited to 1. We're in the limited to 1 section now. Hitting Mermails a little bit, or at least attempting to. They still have Lindy, they still have Sphere, they still have multiple ways to search out. Made it a tad bit slower, not as slow as it needs to be, I guess. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Spirit, I can kind of understand that, because you hit Spirit with this ban list and you hit Rooster with their ban list. Either way, that deck's really not going to see much play. Gen X Ally Burman, the Harpy FTK, that was just silly with Dancer. Don't want to have to see it go because it was just a good level 3 tuner, but sadly, it was his time. Rescue Rabbit. Yeah, just another card that really, it puts you in a good situation Dino Rabbit was a thing, Macro Rabbit, Gem Knights. It just lets you get off ridiculous things. So it's 2-1 now. So also Evil Swarms. So Thunder King Ryo. I don't want to have to see it go, but at the same time I can understand why. It can stop XYZs and Synchros, anything that's an inherent special summon. Neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand. It's a level 4, it's a light, it's a 19 beat stick. It's just really, really good. Evagishki Mind August, hitting Gishkis more. Deloran hitting Mermail Atlanteans even more. Constellar M7, pardon me. I understand why. Because Gishkis could still loot with it. And I don't really think it hits Constellars that much, because from what I know, they only run 1. Maybe if they have to, 2, but I've only seen them run 1. Dimensional Fissure, because it doesn't let your opponent really play the game. It cuts off their graveyard for monster effects, so it kind of slows them down a lot. Gold Sarcophagus. I can understand that. It lets you just get a card for free in 2 turns. So with the format slowing down, I could definitely understand it going to 1. Road Tribute doesn't let your opponent really play the game unless you have Solemn Judgment, which you won't anymore. So, plus, it's another game-changing card with little to no drawbacks. The only drawback is you need to have Necro Valley out, and more than likely, they will have Necro Valley out. So, Bottomless Compulse Torrential removal that can change a game in an instant. Because I know, I was playing Battling Boxers, and I was pushing him for game with Lead Blow. It was my only monster on board, and he went Compulse, and he won after that. I was like, damn. So I can understand some of it. Torrential for your opponent just to really overextend and then just get rid of it all. Eradicator Epidemic Virus. There goes my side decking for spellbooks, but at the same time that was probably why it cuts off your ability to use your spells or traps for 2 turns, and within those 2 turns your opponent or whoever used it could definitely take advantage and get the game win. So, Macro, same reason as D-Fissure, just cuts off the grave. Soul Drain, exact same reason as Macro. To the next one, Semi-Limited, Mizuki, and Plague Spreader. Looks like we're going to be seeing a zombie format. Fantastic. Pretty excited about that, honestly, I'm not going to lie. Even though I didn't sound that enthused. Sorry. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. It looks pretty good. Also, probably because of the zombie support coming out in Shadow Specters with the vampires and whatnot, so that'll be fun to see. TG Striker, I smell TG agents coming. Fire Formation Tanky, slowing down 3-axis even more. Dimensional Prison, it's 1-for-1 removal that removes it from the game, so I can understand why they would do that. Destiny Hero Malicious going to the no longer on the list, so at 3. Malicious, I'm smelling Teledead. It's all over the place. Agent of Mystery Earth, yeah, TG agents will probably be a thing, so that'll be fun to play. Tsukiyomi, because it didn't really do much in the last format, and it probably to boost up the spirit support that we're getting out of Shadow Specters. A Hero Lives, pay 1,000 just to bring out a hero, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't really do it, but I mean, you're banning Stratos for us, so. Black Whirlwind, I can definitely see Black Wings attempting to make a comeback, so that'll be pretty fun to play. Because I could just imagine you have 2 Whirlwinds, you normal summon Sirocco, you search for a Bora and a Gale within a turn, and I'm just like, holy crap. Emergency Call, same reason as a Hero Lives, except you don't pay the half your life points. Hieratic Seal of Convocation, give a little bit boost to Hieratic's Pot Duality, adds consistency, and Scapegoat for those Destiny Hero Plasma players. It's gonna have a fun time. So yeah, decks I feel like are going to be big this format. Some form of zombies, just some form of zombies. Probably some weird generic synchro deck, like maybe Lavels. I could definitely see Lavels utilizing a lot in this ban list. So might try and pick those up. TG agents, that will probably be a thing. Mermails will still be a thing because, you know, triple Lindy, triple Spear. What else? Constellars is the only thing you really hit were the tanky, some of the back row, and a Ptolemy 7. But even that, like, the deck's still there. Evil Swarms will still be a thing because nothing got hit except Rabbit. Prophecy will still be a thing. So sorry. Is the only thing that really got hit, whereas Judgment Day. Dark Worlds will still be a thing, even though, what is it? You got rid of card destruction. You still have little to no things to stop off their hitting the grave or stuff activating in hand or grave. So yeah, Fire Kings might actually see some play. I'm not going to lie there, because the same reason as Dark World, like one of our main reasons of losing was you cut off the graveyard, or Compulse, or you're playing Constellars. So since you cut those off, we're pretty much solid. So yeah, alrighty, like, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what decks are going to be good in the next format. Let me know what you're going to be playing. Let's get a little bit of a discussion down in the comments down below. And some likes on this video, obviously. And if you want to, subscribe. I'm always down for more subscribers, and I'm always up for a good argument. So yeah, alrighty, King Ridgeside 950 signing out. Peace.